tonight after a few weeks of not being on them because of Dawn Trail. Sorry.
What? Who? Huh? Who am I? What's my motivation?
Your motivation is glowing horn tips.
Woo!
Hello, Doodles.
Dink, 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 dink. I have my emergency blinkers on.
You are just getting too much giggles out of that. Come on, Noshu wants to talk to us. God help us all.
I know, she's been looking for us for the last month or so.
I know. Hey, Noshu.
And we've been trying to avoid her. A gentleman falls rather than flies. I don't know, he was flying pretty good the last time we saw him. As you catch sight of Nashu, you cannot help but wonder if you're about to have a bad time.
Oh dear.
Yes we are!
Well, I'll be Rena Frith and Ladonia Frith in the flesh. Pleasure to see you again.
The pleasure is all yours.
Wait, what is that they call serendipity? It is, isn't it? That's what this is. You gotta help me find the inspector. Do we have to? Cool. I was just hoping you would silently agree.
Cursed by my lack of dialogue.
So, I've been trying to calculate the trajectory the inspector took when he was catapulted into the sky again. I've triple-checked my figures and concluded he must have landed somewhere here in Ishgard. Unfortunately, the investigation hasn't been proceeding as smoothly as I had hoped.
Admittedly, there is a lot of craters to check in the city.
But now that you two are here, we're sure to make some progress. Come on, let's speak with the merchants and see if anyone has had any dealings with a gentlemanly Highlander. Oh, Cashew.
And hi, Urka. Hi, Doodles.
Yes.
A gentlemanly Highlander.
That one's me.
It is?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
A gentlemanly Highlander, you say? My apologies, but I cannot say I have had dealings with a man as you describe.
You're fortunate.
Very fortunate. Good morrow to you, madame. Oh, you're looking for someone? A gentlemanly Highlander?
And or a zombie lord.
I know not of the man you speak. Perhaps Mistress Elyses does? She was an acquaintance with a rather lot of merchants and noblemen.
She knows everything that goes on here. Hold on. Oh. Nashu.
Sir? I say, sir. You must be checking your ledgers to see if he was a customer. That's very kind of you, sir.
That's right. Keep ignoring the strange lady. You'll be best off.
I've sold to a fair share of goods to Highlander adventurers, but I've not described such clients as particularly gentlemanly, I am afraid.
And Eorzea. Ooh, she gets a cinny.
As ever, a warm welcome to you two, Mrs. How may I be of service? A gentlemanly Highlander, you say? Now that I think of it, I have heard tale of a foreigner who may be the man of whom you speak. Begging your pardons, miss, but did you say you know the Inspector Hildebrand? An acquaintance of yours, I presume? I do not know his name, only that he is here by invitation of Lord Edmont, Or so it is rumored.
Edmond
Surely,
had better
as a
taste
ward
than
of...
that, I'm sure.
Hmm?
I'm sure Edmond has better taste than that.
Are you sure about this?
Mostly.
Surely a
It's not
word of
Eorzea.
house... Yes, a word of House Fortom's. It would be trifling matter to go and ask after him at the manor.
Stoic nod. Stoic different nod.
Core, I knew it was serendipity. To Fortom's manor. Now
She looks so much
better
better
in the
in the suit. Yes.
But she shall not have the suit.
I know. She actually looks really good in it, and yeah.
Hopping bunnies, hop everywhere.
Yes.
At least with this fog, we have running headlights.
Yes. Like I was saying earlier, I kind of feel like, at least while on the flying mount, it should be one green and one red as navigational lights. Well met, Mistresses Frith. Do you require assistance?
Yeah, we're looking for a gentlemanly Highlander.
It is as you say. At this time, Lord Edmont is entertaining a foreign guest.
Huzzah! We found the inspector!
If I am not mistaken, their meeting should be ending shortly. If you like, you may retire to the gazebo and wait for our guest to depart. Those are really dangerous, you know.
A gazebo? Aren't those dangerous? Then again,
I forgot she does that joke.
Yes, she does. Then again, you seem a responsible sort, so not likely to get a wild gazebo run amok. Very well, we humbly accept your offer. And if it wakes up, I'll have you there to protect me.
I'm in the wrong outfit for this. We know gazebos don't do much with fire damage.
Ah, she put a kettle on. With what powerful magics did they tame this dreaded fiend? Yeah, gazebos. Yes, Doodles, she is.
Yes.
She and the inspector both.
Actually, a nice shot of the skyline.
That must be Inspector Hildebrand.
Assuming it's him at all. I cannot well imagine how arduous your journey must have been. Truth be told, I have found the brisk hearth and air to be rather invigorating. It stimulates the body and mind both, a welcome benefit when one must discuss matters of commerce. I dare say we would not have accomplished so much otherwise.
There you are, Inspector. I've been looking all over for you.
I say, who do I see before me? Not one, but three of my beloved son's faithful companions.
Lord Godbert? But I thought...
I thought he sounded way too intelligent.
Yeah, we're looking for your son.
Hildy? In Ishgard? This is the first I've heard of it. Aha! I found you at last, heretic. Yes, you. The hulking brute with the mad gleam in his eye. Your brazen heresy is plain for all to see. Surrender yourself to the Inquisition at once. I beg your pardon. This man is an Eldon merchant, here at the behest of House Fortom. Such baseless accusations will not be tolerated. A guest of House Fortom? Then he couldn't possibly... There were those two words that... They were acquitted of all charges in a trial by combat. And if he demands the right to... Then I would have to... then I would personally have to... Oh dear. Yeah. Don't go into single combat with Godbert. It won't end well. 1,000 apologies, good sir. I spoke out of turn. I am Seer, and as you may have guessed, I am an Inquisitor who's been charged with investigating reports of a rather suspicious, possibly heretical individual. Oh, a heretic, you say? One who bears a passing resemblance to me? Aye, a man, rather muscular, wearing dark garments and acquitting himself in a somewhat gentlemanly fashion, as some might say.
Heretic sounds like the spitting image of Inspector Hildebrand. Could he be a fan?
Good idea, he might be. Say again, you're acquainted with such a man.
Yeah, he's crazy, but he's harmless, mostly.
I see. The man you're looking for is Lord Godbert's son. It would seem that our investigations may be connected. So, I put to you a proposal. The first reported sightings of the heretic I am tracking came from Falcon's Nest. Mayhap we should journey there together. It is, after all, possible that we're seeking the self-same individual. If so, and if he is innocent, it would be for the best if you were present when I apprehend him, that we might resolve this matter without incident.
Then we go with him, Rena, Ladonia. This looks to be our best lead yet.
Then I shall accompany you all. It has been far too long since I laid eyes on my beloved son. If there's a chance we might be reunited, I should be glad to seize it. You mean seize and suplex him?
Yes.
Then it is settled. We shall leave for Falcon's Nest at once.
No, Orca. We're still in Heavensward.
Yes, we're in the second patch after Heavensward finished.
And just checking. Nope, he left. We rushed through, but Nashu's little stalker was hiding right about in here.
No.
He has wandered off.
I can tell you why. Nashu left.
Of course.
But yeah, the Buns got through Heavensward a bit ago, and we are now in Heavensward Plus, which of course is the first expansion. And one of the betters. It was a good story.
Yeah, it won some serious awards when it came out.
The quote-unquote bad news is we are headed for Stormblood, which is the weakest expansion they've had, which is still a pretty high bar.
Yeah, it is, in comparison to all the others, mediocre.
But only in comparison.
Yeah, it's still loads better than just about any other MMORPG out there, which is amazing. And I'm mostly talking on a story end.
Yes.
It was Stormblood they officially got rid of cross-classing, wasn't it?
Maybe? I don't remember. It's been too long.
I find it interesting that not a lot of people were sad they ended cross-classing, but they didn't bitch about it. So you knew it was time.
Yeah. I mean, the idea was really neat, but it was a lot of complication. And of course, it all went to the same places if it was a case of, okay, I have this class, and it does these things together, or I have, Class A and Class C, and it does something else together. But that's really complicated. But at that point, it kind of could have been a system worth keeping, despite the complications. Anyway.
Yeah, it was just being a bugger to balance, especially in a raid and PvP settings.
Yeah.
Mostly raid, because PvP's kind of its own game. They kind of sequestered it off.
Yeah. Mr. Frith, are these your traveling companions?
For now.
A mysterious muscular vagabond. Ah, yes. Patrol sighted him lurking near the dusk vigil. Thinking he might be a lost traveler, they called out to him, but rather than approach, he fled. Quite frankly, I'm surprised you bothered to come all this way. That sighting barely warranted a mention in my report. Aha! The unmistakable scent of heresy.
Oi.
Oi! Terribly sorry. Old habit I picked up from my mentor. I know. I will not rush to judgment as before. Who was your mentor? Still, much as I hope you find your missing inspector, I must confess some small desire that we instead unearth a lingering pocket of heresy. Of late, there have been virtually no confirmed instances of heretical misdeeds. It's gotten so bad that some are speculating our funding may be reduced, or worse, that the Inquisition's operations might come under review. That is why, only as my witness, I will find and bring a heretic to justice and prove that our order still has value in these uncertain times. Oh god, he's fighting for his budget.
Yes.
Yes, I understand you have your reasons. Whether or not this vagabond was a heretic remains to be seen. Still, if you are set upon your course, you might begin your search near the Dusk Vigil. An excellent suggestion, Sir Redwald. Should we succeed in our endeavor, rest assured you will share in the glory. I'm not here to warm myself with glory. The hunt continues, onward to the Dusk Vigil. I'm told that region is especially cold, so do not forget to dress appropriately for the weather. Godbert.
He is dressed appropriately for the weather.
Yeah, I know. Look at a fur lining on those boots.
Exactly!
Us, or at least me, on the other hand. Yeah, more me.
What? We're wearing pretty much the same thing. It's just you've got a longer skirt than I do.
That's it. It's just your boob window is not as obvious because of the skin color.
Yeah, well. We can't all be blessed with proper boob windows. No,
Hildy will not drive Wuklamat Patty. He'll drive Kuwana Patty.
Oh god, I feel so sorry for Kwana.
Yes.
There's the Dusk Vigil. Which we've already cleared out.
Partially. I'm sure if we went in again, we'd find there's still stuff in there.
Amazing how that works. start with Seer.
You are dressed appropriately. What's wrong with you? I trust you are managing. Good. It would be a shame if we had to turn back now. This land has a beauty all its own, don't you think? Pity my dear wife isn't here to enjoy it.
Look, it's frozen. Wait, does that mean the fish are frozen too? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Yes, they are. Sadly, the gelatos aren't.
We wish the gelatos were. We're looking. We're looking.
We're looking into Cine. Here, take me. It's freezing. This is a waste of time. No living thing could survive in this godforsaken wasteland.
Oh, he's not wrong. Look, over there.
Except for the fact that everyone else is acting comfy.
Over there, look! Someone's coming from the vigil! Inspector! Inspector! Is that you?
Of course, I have my horns to keep me warm. Looks likely. No.
Nope.
As I live and breathe, of all the places to be reunited with Master Zombiebrand's compatriots, how fare you all this fine morning?
It's one of the gentlemanly undead.
The gentlemanly zombies, yeah. And, of course, there's lots of undead in Dusk Vigil, so...
Yeah.
It sadly makes too much sense. Hark! A heretic raised from the dead by his brother's unholy magics!
He's not a heretic. He's one of the gentle dead men. And what brings you so far from Old Dog, good sir?
Well, as you know, ours is a rather lonely existence. So when we heard rumors of an abandoned fortress held by zombies, we were delighted. I was chosen to serve as emissary and set out immediately. Alas, it seems my efforts were for naught.
Sorry.
Ah, truly. Every last one dead? No, I'm sure if you run the dungeon again, you'll find some left. That is to say, irrevocably dead. Ah, if it was necessary, then so be it. Oh, it was so necessary. Still, after coming all this way, it is more than a little disappointing, you understand.
My calculations were wrong? The inspector didn't land in Coerthus?
Now, do not fret so. If it is our overlord you seek, then you are in luck. As the founder of the Gentle Dead Men, our fates and our aether are inextricably entwined. In fact, I can feel it calling to me now.
Truly, good sir? Can you guide us to Inspector Hildebrand?
As surely as my rotting nose can lead me to fresh brains. Follow me, my friends. That was disturbing. One must remain vigilant for heresy, for it can manifest in myriad ways. 'Tis a vile, insidious sickness which must needs be burned out ere the infection takes hold. Surely, zombification would qualify, yes? Confound it! They've left us behind!
Yeah, sorry,
I'd
poor...
forgotten, Seer.
There's your... You, shouldn't put too much thought into it. You'll
And
only
yes,
break a
Noodles,
low.
I didn't need that last image either. call it a comeback. Seer's look of utter confusion is one you know all too well. Yeah, anytime Hildebrand is concerned. Who do they think they are, commandeering this investigation and employing a zombie as a bloodhound? It beggars belief. We must regain control of the situation. With me, Ladonia. Rena?
I'll catch up. I want a snack on a gelato first.
Really? Is it a hunt target?
Yes.
How many?
2 of 2.
Oh, wow, you already had one? So the 8 Marauder experience points.
I got a lot more. No, sorry, I got 123. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Peeps got
Marshmallow
over
got
1,000.
1,300. Yeah. I guess chocobos find gelatos nutritious.
Quick, quick.
And that was a rank back there.
Mm-hmm.
Sickness is wont to fester and spread, yes? Is it truly safe to consort with this man? Safer than consorting with Hildebrand, quite possibly. Simply basking in this magnificent scenery fills me with inspiration.
Inspector! Inspector!
Hold a moment, my friends. I must needs concentrate. Master HILDIBRAND is indeed nearby, but there's also something else. Mayhap a powerful magic confounding my senses. I can guide you no further. We must needs split up and search the area. Now see here, these wastes are infested with wild beasts, and you would have us split up? Tony and Rena can handle themselves, true, and you've clearly no reason to fear death. What of Mr. Snashu? Ah, I take your meaning. My good zombie, Ladonia, Rena, praise he to the lady's protection. Inquisitor Seer, would you care to take the lead? No.
Come on, you two. The inspector's out there somewhere.
You don't say. Come on, there's an idiot to find. Hats on, everybody, an idiot.
Yes! Hats off, everybody, a genius. Hats back on, everybody, an idiot. How I miss you, PDQ Bach.
I know, Shikeli finally passed away. Ah, the sculpted legs clad in gentlemanly trousers. I know them. Oh no.
They're right over
Oh,
there.
Yeah, that's him. Instantly recognizable. And back to chat.
Look, Rena, Ladonia, that's got to be the inspector.
Yes, it does. And I think the Yetis want to use him as a wishbone.
And he's surrounded by giant, fluffy, man-shaped gazebos.
Okay. Nay, my lady, they are not gazebos. Note their regal bearing. They are gentlemen gazebos. Oh, God. Fearsome yet fastidious foes who would surely tear me rotting limb from rotting limb. Yeah, he wants us to go and kill him. Only Ladonia and Rena can save Master Zombiebrand now.
Okie
Yeah.
dokie.
Yeah. Batter got Bert, but he's not here. And the Silver Wolf is smart and is getting out of here.
Yes, gentlemanly Yetis.
Gentleman Yeti, yes! And
And-
gentlemanly legs.
Yeah, this is classic Hildebrand posing.
Yep. Time to pop him out of the ground.
Inspector, can you hear me? We've been looking all over for you. But this just won't do. We've got to get to you out there before you catch a cold.
Oh, now you two are using him as a wishbone. Ugh.
Up and on! Everyone is waiting for you.
Oh, wow. Forgive me. If I pull any harder, my arms are like to tear. Ah, there you are. We heard shouting. Have you perchance found something?
Yeah, a pair of gentlemanly legs.
Fury take me, is that my heretic? Found it? I wanted him alive. Oh, he's alive.
Inspector Hildebrand is definitely not a heretic. And he's probably not dead either. He's hibernating. Like last time.
Hildy ever was a late riser. Fear not. My wife and I had our ways of waking him.
Poof!
Hildebrand, Heliodor, Maximilian! Get up right this instant!
There goes Seer.
Yes! He stood too close. Still going up. Ah, there we go. Yep, buried even deeper. Was it the Manderville meteor strike? Or the Manderville meteor drive? Ah, maybe Julian was right. Trying to name everything only leads to needless confusion. One more time, then. Out you go.
And he's happy.
Where's
Lead suplex, Lord Godbert.
He got to do the thing, and his wife isn't beating him over the head with a frying pan. Of course he's happy. Where am I? The snowy wastelands of Corythus? And who are these people I see before me? But of course, who else would venture into inhospitable climes and wake me from slumber sweet but my beloved fans? Why do I feel as though I've stepped through a portal into an alternate reality unbound by the laws of logic?
You have.
Yep, he does this to everyone. What is that? A mammoth? Where did it come from? FF9, I believe. Oh, that? When my father drove me into the earth, I found it buried beneath the snow.
A little Lilliput girl. How adorable.
Mashu, please, note the firm, muscular legs, not unlike my own. 'Tis clearly a Lalafellan boy.
Now that you mention it, I suppose his features are rather masculine.
You two cannot possibly be serious. I'm the very soul of seriousness, good sir, especially in matters of deduction. This is undoubtedly a young boy who, much like myself, fell into a deep slumber upon being buried beneath the snow. Now then, let us gently wake him and ascertain his identity. Godbert, stop that. I don't care if it is a mammoth. There. That ought to do it. What is this place? Who am I? Hildy, stop that.
Hello, Octi. Welcome to Crazy Land.
Yes. Hi, Octi.
Let's start with Godbert.
Crazy Land. Population? Heliodor, Maximilian, Hildebrand. Godbert, you said?
Yes.
'Tis not in all creation that cannot be repaired with a little tender love and care. And an occasional axe. Come on. Come on. There we go. Why not?
Zombie brand? Or
I couldn't while paralyzed.
Ah!
Master Zombie Brand is alive and full of beans. It's a miracle.
Full of beans.
Surely there is a perfectly logical explanation for all of this.
No.
Yes, Hildebrand.
Yeah, that. Inspector Hildebrand's back, and he brought a friend.
I remember nothing.
Oh, poor little guy. Pet, 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 pet.
It would seem that although Father's ungentle ministrations served to restore this young boy to life, they also robbed him of his memory. How did I get here? Who am I? Why can I not remember? Do not worry, young man. Everything will be all right. Take it from me. I have lost my memory more times than I can remember. Then can you help me to remember? Hearken to me now, for I, Hildebrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, do hereby swear to solve the mystery of the amnesic hobbledehoy.
Wonderful, wonderful! I'll get started on a batch of Nash's Delights.
That's not necessary. As effective as your explosives were in the past, I suspect that young Gigi lacks the hardy constitution required to survive such an approach. Gigi, is that my name? When you woke, you were muttering Gigi Gigi. I suspect the phrase may hold some significance for you, so until such time as we learn your real name, I say why not adopt it as a playful moniker? But that's just the sound all mammoths make. What kind of imbecile goes and names a mammoth Gigi anyway? Gigi, I like this name, thank you, kind sir. But how will this new name help me to remember who I am? Patience, Gigi. This is only the beginning. Next, we will return to the city and see if we cannot find any who know who you are. Come along. Now that I know our overlord is safe and sound, I too must take my leave of you and return to my brothers. I dare say rigor mortis will set in if I remain here any longer. Bound for Thanalan, then allow me to accompany you. Julian will give me no end of trouble if I keep her waiting much longer, though perhaps she will forgive me once I tell her of Hildy's return. This is rather a lot to digest, though you have the look of one accustomed to such happenings. We've been around him before. Too long.
Way too long.
In any case, regardless of Mistress Nashu's protestations, the inspector will not be granted access to the capital until we can confirm that he is not a heretic. You have my word that he will be treated fairly. Oh, here we go again. Looking at you. Well, I would be. Can I convert these horns into a proper searchlight? Really? What is it with you?
He thinks buns are tasty? And where did Peeps go? Peeps, get back here! Did you get
You
eaten
missed
by
out on
wolves?
655 experience points. Of course, what's still hilarious was the other night when we came out of City and Rift. Rift was having none of it.
Yeah, yes he was. He was in full aggro dance and we could not break him of it. For no reason. We couldn't figure out why.
And yeah, Doodles, being a heretic would be the least dangerous thing about Hildy.
Hildy is...
As Hildy does.
Yes. Yes, he is. Okay, Hildy, where are you? Or in this case, Seer.
The one who's allowed into the capital. Fury take me, that man. Ah, you two. I suppose you've heard the news then, that Inspector Hildebrand was cleared of all suspicion and judged to be no more than an eccentric curiosity.
Sounds about right.
If you're looking for him, good luck. I wanted to thank him for his cooperation, but as soon as the Temple Knights released him, he and his assistant ran off to gods know where with that mammoth in tow. As for my investigation, in spite of all the twists and turns, I managed to salvage a satisfactory result. As far as the Inquisition is concerned, the suspicious vagabond was not more than a zombie which wandered away from the Dusk Vigil, sickness which has since been purged. So it would seem that all is right with the world once more. For now, I have no doubt that the Inspector will turn up again like a bad gill, and when he does, trouble is sure to follow. In this, you are correct.
And is that the end of our chain?
Yes. As you can tell.
Ah.
Whenever you get this, that's the end of the current part. Gentleman hero Hildebrand.
Hildy is special.
So, yes, now it is time for 3.3.
Ooh, do you think we're ready for this?
More ready than we were for Hildebrand.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Now, double checking, we've got all the optional dungeons unlocked.
Let me go down the list. Gears of Change, which we did. You know, that's the quest. Further Hildebrand. Alexander Midas, we did that. Anti-Tower and Amdapor Hard. And I remember doing those.
Okay, but just those two?
Oh. For dungeons, yes. Containment Bay S1T7.
Oh, right!
Yeah, okay, we are still on 3.2.
Yeah! We need to unlock the trials. Where does that start? Does that start in the... Where does that start?
Well, when the bow wakes is Unukalhai. So we need the quest that introduces Unukalhai, I think.
Yeah.
Torcephers and the Pillars. Gods of Eld.
Ah, right. Okay, follow me.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot that we had the Containment Bay to do.
Bays, plural.
Only one.
Well, for now.
Yeah, but for patch 3.2, just one. And we're only concerned about patch 3.2.
Yep, and there's the quest.
Yeah, and we went right by him earlier.
That's okay, we weren't ready for him.
Gods of Eld. Torcephers has a message for you from a mysterious stranger, and this is going to be an important mysterious stranger. Ah, my lady is Ladonian Rena. During your absence, a stranger came calling. Upon learning that you were away, he left a message to the effect that he wishes to speak with you and will await you at the Raising Stones. If you have a mind to oblige this stranger, please be careful. I cannot well explain why, but it put me ill at ease to simply be near him. ominous organ music like that follows him around, I don't blame you for being unnerved.
Unfortunately, I think that's just general organ music. We are in Ishgard,
Yeah.
land of pipe organs.
Yes.
Just for the record, I never expected us to survive this long on the buns.
Really?
I mean, this is episode 245.
Yeah.
Once a week for an hour and a half.
Yes. They kind of need a little more time.
Well, they ain't getting it.
Aww.
All my alts feel abandoned right about now. Heck, my poor island feels abandoned. And I was slowly building up the certificates to get you the specialty mount from there because it is not trade locked.
Oh my.
Yeah. But it takes almost... I want to say a little less, or a little more than like 150 weeks.
Ooh.
Because
So
it's
3
7.
years.
Well, no, not quite that bad. But it's 7 tokens per week, and you need, if you stay on top of it, and you need 200 tokens.
Okay, that's not nearly that much. 207, about 29 weeks. So 6 months, 7 months. Gives us 52 weeks a year.
Yeah, and that's what gets you the tropical Mandragora mount.
Oh dear.
What?
A Mandragora.
Yes, a Mandragora as a mount.
Yes. I do remember I've seen that at least once.
Theron has several.
I kind of remember going, what the heck was that? And you were saying, yeah, that's from the Island Sanctuary. When somebody else took off with it.
Everyone's
Hi, everyone.
still around chilling.
Yep. And down to the Solar.
Yep.
How'd he get in? Ah, he hasn't yet. Destination. Music suddenly cuts off. My thanks for coming.
And who might you be?
Unu Kalhai is my name, and I serve a friend. I sought you out that I might alert you to the rising threat of beings known as icons. You are aware of the threat, you say? Ah, but I speak not of the primals, with which you are exceedingly well acquainted. It may interest you to know that the term icon, and the beings to which it refers, precede the Garlean Empire by eras. You see, it is the name by which the Allagans called godlike beings, the dark divinity Odin among them, and the Garleans, who seek to emulate the glory of ancient Allag, have simply availed themselves of it. Think this might be you?
No, I think it's Eorzea.
Pray permit me to continue the tale. Yeah, okay. I was thinking it might be Kryl.
Nope, Eorzea.
Ah, Eorzea, how kind of you to join us. As the Warriors of Light's comrades, my participation is but to be expected. After all, the matter doth pertain to the very fate of this star. The Icons of Eld. In the distant past, these mighty beings did offer fierce resistance to the Allagan Empire. However, they eventually fell to the men of Allag, who devised the means by which to capture them. And it did not end with capture, as you well know, for the Allagans also learned how to harness the Aecon's power. They refined this knowledge at the Aetherchemical Research Facility in Azaz Law, and within the centrifugal crystal engine, they sealed 3 of the beings, the Warring Triad. 'Twas first and foremost to acquire the infinite power of the Warring Triad that the Archbishop did seek Azaz Law. But in the wake of his defeat, the bindings which confined the Icons were severely damaged. Doubt not but that they will fail completely ere long. Know that we do not condemn you for striking down the Archbishop. You were simply fulfilling your destiny. And yet, were the Warring Triad to be released into the world, unimaginable destruction would ensue. Take heart, for there is hope still. Through swift action, we may yet prevent their awakening and see them resealed. But in dealing with this new threat, our first step must be to contend with the old. 2 savage gods are returned, I fear, summoned once more by their worshippers, and at a strength far surpassing their previous incarnations. I speak of the primals Ravana and Bismarck. Okay, we need to do the hard modes on them.
Not hard mode. Extreme.
Well,
that's the problem.
Oh dear. If left unchecked, they will inevitably seek to seize the power of the Warring Triad. This will serve to feed the confluence of chaos and hasten the Aecon's awakening. To wit, we must needs vanquish both their kinds. I pray thee, however, to first focus thy gaze upon the primals, ere we turn our attention to those Aecons and their fitful slumber. I shall return to the waking sands forthwith, and consider such measures as are available to us. Meanwhile, I bid thee attend to the task of eliminating the primals. Young Unukalai shall assist thee. Rest assured he is not our enemy, for the time being at least. Ever, really.
Well, he does have a quest for us.
Yep.
Yeah, the Astrologian robes don't come in until Shadowbringers. Until then, we have to deal with
Gunny Sakuryanjay.
No, that is not Gunny Sakuryanjay. Gunny Sakuryanjay's coming up.
Okay.
This is Assassin's Creed Oryanjay.
The diabolical Bismarck. Unukalhai would have you face the Lord of the Mists once more. We're going to be at this a couple of weeks, aren't we?
Maybe yes, maybe no.
If we are to prevent the awakening of the Warring Triad, then Bismarck must be cast down once more. I am aware of the rather unorthodox method you employed to lure out and slay the White Whale before, and had a mind to follow established precedent. That said, islands are not easy to come by. I should hope it is not necessary, but you may as well show this gemstone to Chief Sonu. He will know it as the weeping eye of the Manukanai, and will ensure that he is completely committed to our cause. Oh, and before you ask, I have already informed Master Garland of our plans. He is currently en route to the Blue Window. And Thok around the clock. That is such a great name. Unukalai would have you face the Lord of the Hive once more. As you prepare yourself for battle, so too does Ravana. Within Thok he builds his strength, feeding upon the prayers of his innumerable children. Those same children will not suffer you to live should you surrender yourself to them a second time. Nay, you must devise a new way of approaching the Lord of the Hive's domain. Consult with a storyteller, the Elder of the Vath, and he will aid in this endeavor. Take this bauble. 'Tis known among the Nath as the Burning Eye of Ravana. When the time comes, you will know what to do. And finally, when the bow wakes.
I think they're just giving it to us straight, and we don't have to do the others immediately.
I think so.
That used to you had to do the others to get this one.
Right. Unukalhai is anxious to act before the Warring Triad awaken. The time has come, Warriors of Light. We must move against the Warring Triad now, or suffer the consequences. Yeah, they've taken off the restriction. The seal is cracked, and the icons stir. Should they be allowed to awaken and resume their titanic conflict, it will be alike to the coming of a second calamity. You two represent our best hope of eliminating this threat. That said, the very act of entering the containment facility itself presents certain unique challenges. So unique, in fact, that I struggle to locate an individual with the requisite talents to surmount them. Were it not for the impressively diverse collecting connections of your fellow scions, I might still be searching. Happily, however, they were able to furnish me with a suitable candidate. Now, along with you and your echo-based blessed companions, all the pieces we need to proceed with this deadly game are arrayed upon the board. Victory hinges upon no less than the total destruction of the Warring Triad. But we must also wear the interference of those who covet the Allagan's primal harnessing technology. I speak, of course, of the blindly grasping hand of the Garlean Empire and its fumbling agents. The ignorant meddling of the Empire will serve only to hasten the Icon's awakening, and it is my master's desire that the Triad be dispatched before Imperial forces delve too deeply. Being the nearest to wakefulness, the Icon Sephiroth shall be your first adversary. Make your preparations and join me on the flagship in Azazla. We will speak further there. Oh god, Sephiroth.
Yes, Sephiroth! Small talk.
Rob Liefeld villain. Oh. I didn't think about that.
You left already, didn't you?
I'm back. A pleasure as always. What would you ask of me?
Tell me about yourself.
I am Unukalhai, and I serve a friend. Must you wonder why one so young was chosen for this task? It is because I have... how shall I put this? An intimate knowledge of the primal mind. You're curious, I am sure, but you need not understand the nature of a power to use it, do you? It is much the same with the Echo, I imagine.
Tell me about the Icons.
Ah, yes. The beings the Allagans dubbed Icons. How much we have yet to learn. Precisely how they stand apart from primals we have yet to determine. If they were summoned in a similar manner, then who was responsible? And how have they managed to endure for millennia? We have gained some understanding of the Dark Divinity's true nature, yet he is but one of many and far from the most powerful. The Warring Triad, whom the Allagans imprisoned within the centrifugal crystal engine of their research facility, concern me most of all. Their infinite powers beyond comprehension. Were they released into this world, unimaginable destruction would ensue. Simply put, that cannot be allowed to happen. The very fate of this star hangs in the balance. Fortunate we are, then, that you have risen to the challenge, Warriors of Light. Your triumphs over the primals are an inspiration, a shining example that future generations would be wise to follow. I have thus decided to keep a detailed history of your battles against the Warring Triad. The journal will be available to you here should you ever wish to peruse its pages and reflect upon its deeds.
Okay, we can leave now.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything in the book. Well, they do have an entry in the book already.
Ah.
The Warring Triad, The Awakening. The Warring Triad is the collective term for 3 immensely powerful icons that were brought into existence during the twilight of the Third Astral Era. Summoned by the native tribes of Mericidia, these entities were set against the encroaching forces of the Allagan Empire. The strength of a primal is determined by the fervent prayers of its faithful, and as the Mericidians' prayers called for saviors with the power to throw back an imperial invasion, the resulting incarnations were perforce imbued with nigh incalculable might. That the Allagans were capable of conquering such godlike beings well illustrates the incredible heights to which their technology had ascended. The implacable empire subdued and imprisoned the Warring Triad, shackled them to machinery that sustained the icons' forms whilst at the same time leeching away their infinite energies. For 5 millennia did the Warring Triad languish thus in dreaming servitude, their slumber undisturbed until Archbishop Thordan VII of Ishgard rattled the bars of their cage. The Archbishop had come to Azathoth seeking to absorb the Three's power and make of himself a god without rival. It was fortunate then that the Warriors of Light and their companions thwarted Thordan before he realized his tyrannical ambitions, but the victory was not without consequence. The violence of the battle cracked the seals that keep the Triad in torpor, and the icons have begun to stir. Worse, the Garlean Empire and their heavy-handed efforts to plunder the secrets of Azathoth threaten to drag them into full wakefulness. These terrible entities must be destroyed before they arise in all their cataclysmic splendor. Okay, now time to leave.
Leave the Solar.
Hi, guys. Bye, guys.
Yeah, for the first few expansions, we actually never see Urianche's face.
At least without some. So.
It's always the hood
Going
and
to
the
the flagship?
goggles. Yep.
Yeah, all of these have further steps.
Mm-hmm. But if we don't have to take the other 2, we'll just hold on to them for a bit.
Okay. Maybe get the next steps and at some point just see if we can get groups.
I got hiccups.
Oh no!
To be fair, Diabolical Bismarck, if you get that, because the only way you can get groups for that is through Mentor Roulette.
Really?
If you're just random queuing.
Huh.
That's where EXs show up. Most mentors will bitch and bail on an EX roulette if they get it. Bismarck is one of the few that doesn't because it's frankly stupidly easy.
And it is actually fun.
Yes, it is fun.
And frankly, the Ravana fight is reasonably fun.
That one's a little more complicated, but is very
It is
doable.
more complicated. And not as easy as Bismarck, definitely. But it's doable. And it's still fairly fun.
We want to go this way. So if the Mentor Roulette, if you actually get Diabolical Bismarck, everyone's like, yay, it's Bismarck, let's go! But yeah, there is a problem in the fact that you get certain things in the Mentor Roulette, and that if you queue directly for them, and certain types of people, which also tend to hang out in things like Mentor Roulette, start
And
picking up a
shouldn't be.
storm and bailing, because the chances of you actually getting through an EX via Mentor Roulette on the first try are pretty darn slim.
Frankly, if they're willing to bail on that, they shouldn't be in Mentor Roulette.
That's my feeling, yes.
Because at that point, you're not being a mentor.
Exactly.
Make the journey to Oz's Law? Yes.
But a lot of people don't see it that way. Also, when I used to be able to do Mentor Roulette, I have not been able to do it for
I know.
an expansion plus now
I know.
because of stinking famous.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out some way to get a group together and just pound him into oblivion. Take out our frustrations.
Yeah. But every time I queued, I basically slotted a good hour plus and knew that
Yeah.
going in.
Yes.
And if I got something really simple and derpy, I was like, oh, okay, this is nice.
Well, that was nice. Yeah. That's because you're a good mentor. Theron may be a fake ninja, but he is not a fake mentor.
No. He is not a weaponized, useless uncle.
Eh? Or, sorry. Eh? This is the place. Here we will find the containment facility wherein entities of incalculable power lie chained, their fathomless energies siphoned away by Allegan devices. As I warned you, Sephiroth poses the most immediate threat. His dreaming mind drifts perilously close to consciousness. Thus must his destruction be our first concern. Your fellow Scions will be joining us anon, accompanied by the uniquely talented individual of whom I spoke. From what I gather, 2 of you are already well acquainted. Let us continue inside and wait before the doors to the containment facility.
Yeah, the Allegans were the big bad civilization of the Source. And
Yeah, the one we most wish had not happened.
no, Mahaki beat them.
They weren't quite as widespread, even though what they did was, yeah, more disturbing.
Yeah.
Now, when did we first meet Kryl?
We met Kryl right at the end of Heaven's Word. She helped us track down Yustola.
Okay. Right.
Yeah. You've not been waiting long, I trust. We are eager to lend whatever cooperation we may in your mission.
Stoic nod. Stoic nod.
Stoic nods all
Stoic
around.
bow. It is an honor to meet you at last. As I know of only one Makoti Scion, you must be Urkan Y'shtola, meaning your diminutive companion is Mistress Kryl of the students of Baldesion, correct?
Diminutive? Perhaps there's been some mistake. I assume it was for my knowledge and not my stature that you requested my assistance.
Sure. Mad Milala.
Actually, I will state it's one of the problems I did have in Dawn Trail, and kind of leading up to it, is before that, Kryl was known for having kind of a witty and biting tongue. And that's been kind of disappeared as a character trait.
Yeah. The mistake is mine. My apologies if I've given offense. Mayhap it would be best if we proceeded directly to the matter of our objectives. adversary is the Icon Sephiroth of the Warring Triad, otherwise known by the historians of Alec as the Fiend. He was once the patron deity to a tribe of tree-like beings native to Mericidia, but was subdued by the Allagan Empire after a lengthy war of attrition. After his defeat, he was imprisoned for use as a source of power. Even now, Sephiroth is neither truly living nor dead, his mind bound in a dream while his body's energies are harnessed by Allagan technologies. The explanation for his failure to dissipate into Aether lies in his restraints. These ingenious devices serve not only to bind him, but to continuously regenerate his corporeal form.
Meaning it will be all but impossible to banish him while said restraints are in place, yes? Remove them, however, and we risk allowing an unfathomably powerful and doubtlessly vengeful Icon to run amok and rampant. Yes, I have a tongue. I can use it. Thank you. It seems
without tripping over it.
I may be small, but I'm not that small. Thank you. It seems we have no choice but to divide our forces. One team must locate the controls to Sephiroth's shackles and disable them, while the other stands ready to destroy him at the moment of his awakening.
A most succinct assessment, Mr. Skrile. While I was aware that the Echo provided you with uncanny insight, I did not expect you to intuit the core of my strategy quite so swiftly.
If only my gift offered such detailed analysis, which is to say, it doesn't. I merely took it upon myself to learn as much about the Triad's imprisonment as I could before coming here. It will be Rena, Ladonia, and I, after all, who enter the Icon's den. Indeed, after giving the nature of our adversary, none save those under the aegis of the Echo should be permitted to enter the containment facility. The risk of primal influence is too great. Well, that settles it then. I will disable the restraints, and Rena, Ladonia, and her gifted adventurer friends will welcome Sephiroth back into the waking world. Better that than the other way around, I'd say, considering our respective fields of expertise, and of course, my diminutive stature. Right, it's time we've had a little chat with the doorkeeper over there.
Activating verification systems, lifting access restriction to Triad control. I had no idea the Baldician curriculum was so comprehensive. When we locate the controls for Sephiroth's restraints, I shall gladly leave their operation to you.
When we locate the controls? Mayhap my words were unclear. Only those blessed with the Echo may safely enter the facility.
Your concern for my sanity is touching, but unnecessary. Suffice it to say, I am in no danger of falling under the Icon's sway. Blip, blip. Warning. Verification systems detect multiple unauthorized vessels entering restricted airspace. Security systems engaging intruders.
Oh dear. The Garlands. Come, Urianger, we must keep the Imperials occupied. We too should be on our way. Gods, I would be lying to say if I wasn't slightly terrified, but I can't very well leave every deadly task to you scions. According to the histories, Sephiroth was immense in both size and strength, mighty enough to rout even the implacable armies of the Allagans, and that was more than once. To cut a long story short, we've got to get this right. I shall do my best not to wake the Icon too much. As my grandfather always used to say of certain little monsters, Get them up and get them moving while their brains are still abed.
Containment Bay S1T7 now accessible. I don't think I want to take this.
No, I don't think you want to take this either.
So I recall it's not horrible tanking, at least in the normal version, but still. What do we got here? Yeah, this'll do well.
Ah, Dragoon!
I hope I can remember how to do anything Dragoony.
Do I want to stay as monk or go dancer or red mage? Or ninja?
I don't know. All of those sound good. Red mage might be useful for picking me up off the floor.
Let's see if we can get something to pop in the next 9 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Says
Average wait
7.
time, 7. Activating verification systems. Identification code accepted. Tribe control clearance granted. Oh god, he's infected you.
I'm surprised it took you
Seer
this
was
long.
right!
What?
Now the Mambo is part of the
Stormblood.
Stormblood sequence. Pity.
So no mambo for you.
Yeah. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go get water. I am going to walk away from the computer so that this will pop.
Funny how that works.
Let's hope so.
The rat dick with a good time, and next thing you know, whammo! But yeah, we haven't been blessed by Kryle's witty tongue in some time. Which is sad. I mean, I can understand her being unsure about being in an adventure role because that's something new to her. But her biting tongue and actually quite well-established knowledge should still be there. That does tend to speed things up.
Maybe next week. We'll see if it helps us. Contemplate our life choices at the beginning. My major problem is I'm far more used to the extreme.
Yeah, we were on that for quite some time. But we did it?
Yeah, what did we do with ads? Did we go DPS and just cut them down?
No, I think we did it as warrior and scholar.
That would make sense.
Yay! I have a dusk thing on my desk. Some time ago, someone actually gave me this little Eevee wearing an Umbreon hoodie. And he now sits by my desk.
Yes.
His name is
And he
Dusk.
likes to watch what she's doing.
And he has the deep, dark Batman voice. Evie!
Well, as deep and dark as he can manage.
Yeah, well. You can
Desperately
only do
wants
so
to be
much
an
when you're
updraw.
about the size of someone's palm.
Yes. And it's a great little stuffy. There's apparently a whole line of them for the various different evolutions.
But Dusk is mine.
Yes.
Not to be confused with Evie, who is a Build-A-Bear Evie who sits on the couch, who is a spaz case.
Brain made of fluff.
I mean, you literally look at him and you can hear his two eyeballs on the inside of his head rubbed together.
Yes.
This is looking kind of
Approaching
sad.
5. We aren't even getting anything else. At least, last night we were getting this loose cycle of other DPS at least. And then the tanks. And then suddenly...
That was hilarious. My mouse was literally on the button. I was in the procedure of clicking it, and it went poof.
Yeah. The timing doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah, that kind of fights with my bangs. Ooh. Trying on an elegant headpiece. I know we kind of bitched a little about one of the gear sets for Dawn Trail, but except for the heels, they're actually right up what these buns want.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, those are a little more heavy metal and these two are a little more glam rock.
Yeah, true.
I mean, look at that hair. That is all glam rock.
Very true. Spandex and high heels, and we're just talking about the guys.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we've passed the 7-minute mark.
Yeah. And still nothing else showing up. Time to go find ourselves a drink and then we can quit it.
Do we want to drink all the way to Ishgard, or are we just sitting at the rest zone here?
I think Ishgard.
Okay. Watch, we're about ready to let in it pops.
Oh yes.
Fly, Ursa, fly! What? What?
Torque News. Geico is terminating insurance coverage of Tesla's Cybertrucks. Says this type of vehicle doesn't meet our underwriting guidelines.
Oh my gosh, that is huge!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! That is... wow. Can't say we couldn't see that one coming, but we kind of did, just not in that way.
Yeah. And they're actually like the second biggest auto insurer. Not quite the timing you were predicting, but close enough.
Yeah, well...
Of
It's
course, this still
Sephiroth.
relies on people hitting the green candy-like buttons. Ah, there we go.
But we're still missing a tank and a
114.
heal.
Okay, blue candy-like button. I know, you were in the
Evie.
bathroom.
Evie!
I'm sure he'd be happy to tank for us.
There we
There
go!
we go. Emergency race back to the computer is successful.
Hello, Sephiroth.
We meet again for the very first time.
Disabling Sephiroth's restraints now. Good luck.
Have enough armies yet there, guy?
Neat trial that doesn't suck.
Yes! Somebody is having opinions. Following me.
Get behind them.
Ah, yes.
And here we go.
You're staying. He fell off the edge.
Yes, he did.
Well, I guess that's it for him. Let's go. Well, you're a big one. Bounce pad. That didn't take long. Pad. And bounce pad. did not last long.
That's because we got a group who mostly knows what they're doing. That's right, spread them out! Nice! Nice!
Yeah, generally everybody knows what they're doing. That is such a lovely mechanic.
Yes, it is!
What do we want for this one?
Spread.
Okay.
And then pick a side.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm used to the E. Eep. Oh no. Healer and the red mage down.
No rose for me! Look at that!
Yeah, and the tougher version, the one bit towards the end where he had the like glowing green and orange spheres, everybody gets debuffs that tell you which one you have to be, which side you have to be on according to those. That's fun.
Sephiroth looked different there than usual. Different shampoo?
Different shampoo? Yes.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Well, that is a good note to be ending things on. And it doesn't make us an hour overtime like last night.
Yeah, well, sorry.
I volunteered.
Yes, you did. You two did it. I've seen you in action before, but never against anything that big. My legs kept telling me to run, but I just couldn't tear myself away. I don't think I blinked once during the whole battle.
And thus an adventuring spirit is born. A hero tried and true. If only I had possessed such strength.
Y'shtola, this is Cryo. Icon eliminated. Oh, if only you could have seen it. Rena and Ladonia gave Sephiroth the mother of all rude awakenings. Less distraction. And your distraction was perfect. We encountered not a single Imperial soldier. Yes, understood. Let's swap tails back at the Rising Stones then.
On our path to the control chamber, we discovered a number of dormant thralls. It would seem the machines that preserve their forms also hold them in a state of torpor. We need not fear them summoning their deity anew.
In short, our work is done here. For the present, at least. Let's go home, shall we?
Or is that you?
No, that is you. This is the
Okay.
main guy who was fighting us while we were chasing Thornton down.
Okay. Your senses are sharp, young one. I am Regula von Hydrus, legatus of the 6th Legion. And it would seem that damnable woman and her accomplice have led me a merry dance through the thickest of this infernal island's defenses. To think that I pursued them. I shall withdraw for now, my lesson learned. I doubt it. You Garlands never learn. You covet the means to enslave primals, but in your headlong dash to control that which you do not understand, you show less wisdom than the very beast tribes that summoned them. I have no interest in crossing blades with children. Live, grow strong, and mayhap one day you will warrant my attention. Yeah, be careful who you call child. Are you okay? I thought I heard bad guy theme music.
I looked back and you weren't there. Did something happen?
Not of consequence. I mistook a shadow for a man.
Just what are you hiding beneath that mask of yours? A longing for hope, an appetite for power, a lingering sense of regret. And do I detect a desire to test your strength against a certain hero?
We have way too many quote-unquote friendly people who want to do that.
You want to fight? Then it's fighting words!
Is that what your gifts tell you?
No, those are just wild guesses. But I wonder if some few of my words didn't strike close to the mark. Or mayhap more than a few. Be at ease, Unakalhai. I have no supernatural ability to read minds. The echo simply allows me to comprehend, regardless of language, that which a fellow being would have me know. You need not mask your heart as you do your continence.
That was a performance, then? Ruse to uncover my true nature? I see, I shall have to keep my wits about me. And with that, we really do need a drink.
We do!
We deserve a drink. Eorzea deserves a drink, too.
Quick way!
I know, you're such a good burb.
Quick way!
Sounds good, Kryle. Say, you'd look good carrying a paintbrush.
I will admit, I'm a little disappointed that she ended up being a pictomancer and, Alphino ended up going sage.
Yeah, you've talked about this before. Maybe not, probably not on air.
Because
I know.
Kryle's outfit is actually that of Sage from Tactics.
Yeah, and of course, Alphino has artistic talent.
Oh, he has artistic talents in spades. Sometimes we wonder if he missed his calling.
Yeah. Sadly, they didn't know what they were going to do, and to know that things were a little reversed ahead of time. And they weren't going to have Alphino change classes twice.
Well, I think part of their problem they're having is they're not willing to leave main cast behind.
Oh, yes.
Well, they have in a couple instances, but
They
not
have,
to the
but
extent
yeah,
they should.
Yeah.
Because they are fan favorites and the fans wants to play with them more, and I can totally understand that. But that doesn't necessarily make for good storytelling.
Yeah, it does unfairly tie their hands in a few places. But on the other hand, I certainly am not going to blame the fans for wanting more Estinian.
Or Thancred, or Y'shtola, or...
No.
Though I
Especially
find it
Y'shtola, not after Little Sun.
No, not after Little Sun. Oh. And I will admit, I find it interesting that apparently two of the most beloved characters are Alphino and Alisaie, but nearly everyone I know, I am not in this camp, dislikes them passionately. And refers to them as Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Oh.
It's like...
Now, I do wonder if their biggest fan base is, like, in Japan.
I think it is.
Yeah. I bet here you get more Thancred and,
Y'shtola.
Yeah.
And Estinian.
But, Estinian.
Yeah, Brostinian. And of course, especially since he's returned, Grahatia.
Yes. Well, admittedly, one of the things that helps Shadowbringers is Thancred, Urianger, and Graha all really come together as characters in that one.
They do.
Now, there's some definite changes, and they're all immensely for the better.
Well, what's really funny is Urianger. I know there's actually people who do not like Urianger, especially in his earlier incarnation, with all his these, thys, those, and thous. But realize that his original appearance, he was created as a throwaway character.
Yeah, he was pretty much another spirit carrier back in 1.0.
Yeah, he was a spirit carrier trying to convince people of the prophecy of the seventh umbral calamity.
Right.
And now he's Theron's husbando.
Yeah. For me, Urianger came together during AAR+.
Yes, he did.
The moment that had me going, okay, I want to see more of him was the unhand me.
Yeah, him and his relationship
exactly
with
the moment
Moonbreeda.
I mean, just from those two words. It was just so perfect. Thank you, Moonbreeda.
Yes. And Moonbreeda so knew how to play him.
Yes.
You could totally tell they kind of really knew each other far more than... Yeah.
And that's the moment where Urianger became a character that I was invested in.
Yeah.
All the others, it's more of a slow change. But Urianger, it's that moment.
I can believe it. I can believe it because at that moment, his larger-than-thou countenance just kind of fell away.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Life goes on, stories goes on. Now, that doesn't mean, in my philosophy of them leaving characters behind, doesn't mean that they have to kill off the character.
Yeah.
But people go in different directions, and we've started a new story, so technically that should be a new cast.
Yeah, and we do get some. I mean, several of the older characters do get played down a bunch. I mean, there's not a whole lot of Graha in this one.
Yeah, he doesn't show up until the end.
Yeah.
But he's a real sweetheart when he does. Oh, we've got someone joining us for cards.
Nice. And Thancred and Urianger are, nicely paired off. You can tell they are off doing things, but because they're mostly with Guana, they're only present for us, like a third of the time.
Yeah.
So they did do a good job of making sure they're there, and even Estinian barely shows up overall. So they're all there, for the fans to go, ooh, they're there, but at the same time, it really is, the story is getting to know Wuklamat and watching her grow, and to a slightly lesser extent, Guana, and also the other two promises.
Yeah.
They do actually do that. It's just, they are trying to have their cake and eat it too. And it generally works this time. If they keep trying to do this, it might fall apart on them. So they need to be careful. Yeah, mostly it's just Kryl and Erenville, who have been secondary characters for a while, but hadn't really come into limelight until Dawn Trail.
Yep.
And Erenville was only introduced in the previous expansion.
Yeah, Erenville
and they
is
did
very
such a
much
good
the
job
focus.
with him.
Yes. Yeah, this time it's mostly just Kryl and Erenville, which is just fine. And Wuklamat.
Yes. Because in the end, it is her story. At least the first half is her story.
Mm-hmm. With that said,
The second half is more her applying what she learned.
It is way past time, and if we continue lork geeking, we'll be here all night, and you have work in the morning.
Oh, darn.
Yeah, I know. But we kind of need the rent, so...
Boo.
Thank you all very much for coming along. We will be back tomorrow night for optional dungeons and possibly the start of the Arcadian
The raid
unlock.
sequence.
We'll
Yes.
have to see. Until
I
then.
don't know which we'll do, but that's what's on the agenda.
Oh, and we still have class quests to do.
Yes.
But
We
that
can do the first one at least.
Yep.
And yeah, no Caradwin.
With that said, be safe, be well, get a good night's sleep. Thank you so much for coming along, and we will see you next time.
Yes, everyone have a great night. Hope to see you here tomorrow at 9:30 Pacific for more adventures of Rylea and Theron.